Brown, say hello. Okay, Norman, you can go sit down over there. And then you would sit there like a lump and just try to do the best you could, and eventually got kind of moved back to the back.
Altogether, Norman attended over 19 different schools, so he dodged the reading curve more than a few times as a new student. It was in his adult life that Brown decided to make a change. He had been living out of his car for over a year, and he says others were trying to take advantage of the fact that he couldn't read.
I had somebody write a check out for me, and I had to mail it off today and overnight it, and they stole the carbon. So at that time I realized I'm going to get ripped off if I don't get my act together and learn how to read.
After that, Brown checked himself in at the Kern Literacy Council for reading tutorial sessions, hoping to start from square one. The first go-around was unsuccessful due to scheduling issues he had, but Brown stayed persistent and enrolled again, vowing to make a change for good.
With a tutor, 3 days a week.
Brown began to gain a love for reading.
All these little stories, and they were really easy enough for me to read that I got joy out of it.
And after 4 years of Kern Literacy Council sessions, he felt as if he was uncovering his potential for the first time.
I just felt like there's so much power. Incredible. I could be a doctor, scientist. I could be anything I want in the world. Just open a book and apply yourself.
Now he hopes that by overcoming illiteracy,
Daniel Boone, huh?
and by writing his first autobiography.
So it's really about a young man that didn't learn to read or write until he was 47 years old.
His story will help someone else turn the page too and start a new chapter. Norman received awards of recognition from the Kern Literacy Council for his fierce motivation towards reading. He also says that he gained more confidence and a better job along the way because of his new skills. He hopes to have his autobiography out sometime next summer. For the Now Bakersfield, I'm Tori Cooper, 23 ABC.
Tori, thanks for that. And we here at 23 ABC are hoping to help local kids who have a similar story to Norman's. And that's why we're on a mission to put more books in the hands of local children. 23 ABC is teaming up with the Kern Literacy Council to make it all possible through the If You Give a Child a Book campaign. For the first time, the community is also being invited to get involved. With each dollar raised, we're helping get books into the hands of kids living in poverty right here in our city. For more information on how you can get involved, just head over to our website, turnto23.com. Now to sports, the Renegades will be back on the gridiron this weekend for their first game of the 2018 season. The Bakersfield College football team is heading down south to take on heated rival Mount Sac from Walnut, California. Now last year, the Renegades finished with a 7-4 record. The game versus Mount Sac is set for this Saturday at 6 o'clock. BC's first home game will be against El Camino on September 8th. Well, they can be added to any meal. It's a superfood, but do avocados help you lose weight? A group of researchers want to find out. So 4 universities are offering to pay people to eat avocados. The trial requires participants to eat an avocado every day for 6 months to see if it helps you shed pounds. Those who make it through the study get $300. 2 of the schools involved are in California, Loma Linda University and the University of California, Los Angeles. Annie?
Top of the news feed, the government no longer has to provide housing for Puerto Rico hurricane victims. Evacuees now have until September 13th to find new housing. The aid was supposed to end June 30th, but kept getting extended because of conditions on the island. Another sad update on the deadly Chicago apartment fire last weekend. A 10th child has now died, meaning no one survived. The kids were having a sleepover, but there weren't any adults home. There were also no working smoke detectors. Security experts say Instagram's new features are a welcome step to making sure we're safer. Instagram is making it easy for us to know who's behind our favorite pages with an About This Account tool. A lot of people now have those video doorbells. You know what I'm talking about. But police have a new warning about these cameras. And the Now's investigative reporter, Jace Larson, here with that.
This woman in Texas just showed up on someone's doorbell camera this week. She's looking disheveled and in trouble. And these are the types of situations that police want you to report to them. There are lots of videos out there of people in places that they shouldn't be, stealing people's stuff, or even worse. And we all want to take action. Sometimes we want to share it, post it, help find the person that wronged us. But posting it online may be a problem.
Once you post it on social media, that may well tell a thief, stay out of this neighborhood, I'm going to move on to another one. That could thwart an investigation.
Police are now encouraging people to come to them first when they have video. Don't post it online right away. Another reason? You might be wrong in what you think.
There's always that concern that might you be identifying someone who in fact has nothing to do with criminal activity.
If these people are in fact criminals, you could endanger and identify yourself by posting it on social media, and it might make you a target for further attacks.
If this were to be a dangerous criminal, someone who is prone to violence, it is better not to have ordinary individuals going out and dealing with them. That could be disastrous.
Here's how these camera systems work. When there's movement at your front door, they'll automatically send a notification to your cell phone. Then, using an app, you can see and talk to whomever's at your front door. It works no matter where you are in the world, and that's why people love them. One of the most important reasons to share with police before you go public is they might have other information.
The police are going to be aware of packages being taken from 2 blocks away that I may never have heard of.
Either way, he encourages people to think before they act, post, or click share.
Just posting it on social media may not bring it to the police, the attention of the local authorities. If you're going to do one, you should probably do the other.
Being cautious can help you solve your case faster and with a better outcome. I'm Jace Larson, The Now.
Thanks, Jace. Well, back to our lineup. We're in coal country, where there's an ongoing debate about coal jobs. And today we're in a town that was forced to find new work, taking on jobs totally unrelated to coal, like decorating donuts. Another check of our news feed. A former Michigan State University gymnastics coach in court today, Kathy Glazier, is accused of lying to investigators in the Larry Nassar sexual assault case. Investigators think gymnasts told her about the abuse back in 1997, but she's denying she ever knew about it. She's fighting the charges. And California's public universities a step closer to offering abortion medication at all of its campuses' health centers. State lawmakers closer than ever to a final sign-off, and it would require these services to be offered by 2022. And a heads up, if you like to pump iron, Cybex is recalling a weight bench sold during a 20-year period from 1989 all the way to 2009. But here's the problem. The bar can fall and it could crush you. More than 24 people have already gotten hurt. Reach out to Cybex if you think you have this bench. And then you can still see the effects here of Hurricane Lane flooding in parts of Hawaii. Check out this amazing drone video of a raging mud-filled waterfall. Inspection teams in Hawaii are still out surveying homes that were flooded. But meanwhile, the Department of Justice is out with a new warning for the rest of us. Don't fall for disaster fraud and do your homework before you donate. First off, be leery of any group collecting money that has a name similar to reputable organizations like the Red Cross. Text to donate is a popular way to give, but before you send that message, confirm the number you are texting is legit by checking the charity's website. A simple online search of a charity name might also reveal other people saying it's a scam. And you should also consider how much you're donating. Will it actually go to the victims versus administrative costs? The Better Business Bureau's Wise Giving Alliance, Charity Navigator, Charity Watch, and even GuideStar are all websites that rate how nonprofits spends donations.
All good tips there. Well, everyone knows driving drunk is dangerous, but have you ever thought about getting behind the wheel with a hangover? A new research says it's dangerous too, and scientists from the UK analyzed people who had either no alcohol or close to no alcohol after a night of heavy drinking. They found those people had issues with attention, memory, coordination, and reaction times. Scientists think part of it could be sleep, since alcohol reduces sleep quality. The researchers summed it up like this: alcohol impacts us even after it's out of our system. Well, are you looking for love? You may want to ditch that dating app and book a flight instead. According to a small study by the British bank HSBC, 1 in 50 people met their significant other while flying. The number gets higher for domestic travelers, and here are some tips for what not to do if you want to find love at 30,000 feet. Don't be rude to the flight attendant, don't hog the armrest, and make sure to keep your shoes on. All good tips. Well, taking a live look outside, clear skies if you're deciding to go book a flight tonight. You never know. It looks beautiful outside. Sunrise is looking gorgeous. Not too many clouds, and honestly, we're doing nothing but benefiting from this. It feels great outside, Leah.
Oh my goodness, Jessica. It's spectacular. The sunset is great. 85 degrees was our high today in Bakersfield. We have started our cool down right now, but that high almost 10 degrees below our seasonal average. So we can see we are at 83 degrees right now. Our valley hanging out in those lower 80s, our cooler temperatures over our mountain communities. Breckenridge at 60 degrees right now. How nice is that? And we can see gusty winds continue through tonight. These winds are helping keep us cool. So we can see tonight about 7:30 p.m. our desert communities feeling those winds. They continue into tonight, into tomorrow morning, and into tomorrow evening as well. Similar conditions for tomorrow evening. And this is doing a couple of things. It's helping out our air quality. So for tomorrow, our AQI does improve very slightly from today. An AQI of 77 expected for tomorrow. That's in the moderate range. It's also helping keep our temperatures cool like we saw today, that high of 85 degrees for our valley. Our models are in disagreement for today, or for tomorrow and the next day's highs. So I'm going with mid to upper 80s. Some models showing those mid 80s, 85 degrees for tomorrow. Some models are showing lower 90s for tomorrow. I'm thinking a middle ground, 87 degrees I'm thinking for Bakersfield for tomorrow. Upper 70s for our southern mountains, 80s into the 90s for our Kern River Valley. And then our desert communities, we're looking at those 90s with some triple digits popping up. And as we take a look ahead, you're going to want to enjoy tomorrow, because look at this. By Labor Day on Monday, we're warming up to those upper 90s and those warm temperatures sticking around through next week. Tori.
Yes, and tomorrow on the Now Bakersfield, on a new episode of Tori's Trails, we are taking a trip to a hot spot for trash, but a good time for hikers. But this time we are digging deeper into why places like this are posing a bigger threat on the environment and keeping locals from sharing destinations with visitors. Again, that's tomorrow on the Now Bakersfield.
Another check of our news feed. If you are a diabetic and use something called an SGLT2 inhibitor, you'll want to talk to your doctor. The FDA now warning that those drugs are linked to a serious genital infection, and new warning labels are being added to those drugs. All right, have you seen this video going viral? French tennis player Elise Cornet was given a code violation for changing her shirt on the court. People are mad about this, saying it was sexist. Men do this all the time. Well, the U.S. Open saying it regrets this, and they're changing their policy now. And if you're looking for some rockin' whiskey, maybe you'll like Black & Brand. It's Metallica's private label. The secret? The whiskey is jolted to life by Metallica's music, and they say their black noise system helps add characteristics. Well, we're in coal country this week where there's been a nationwide debate about jobs there. Should we bring coal back or train people for new jobs? The Now's Nicole Vowell is taking a look at the town that got tired of waiting.
Home. It's where the heart is. But in eastern Kentucky, it's also where the coal is, and the jobs were. About 7 years ago, the industry that kept this part of the Appalachia thriving took a hit, leaving families rocked by a regional recession.
Their exact words were, due to the decline in the coal market, we're going to have to let you go. And suddenly I found myself in a place that I had no idea what to do. 2014 was when James Johnson felt the blow. A decades-long coal truck supplier in Pikeville, left at a crossroad. Move out or move on. One door closes, just make another door.
Johnson found a way to stay.
Tells the computer that, okay, I need to use the Unity engine
From coal
to find the assertions.
To coding, a change of pace for everyone in this room. They're all former coal workers.
Going on 4 years later, we're still hanging in here.
And Johnson's story isn't unique. It seems like everywhere you go in Pikeville, people are trying to find ways to survive outside of coal.
Decided it was time for something different.
Midnight to 8 a.m. is Harvey Maynard's new shift.
I just do the rest of it in Bismarck's.
After 9 years down in the mines, Maynard had to dig deeper.
It's not as physical, but it's still a very busy job.
He was laid off 10 months ago and looked for ways to round out his skills.
Fill the rest of this one up.
So he began baking.
Right now it's baking donuts, which is a huge change.
And that's just part of it.
Even as a kid, I loved to draw and color and paint, and I don't know, I was always very artistic.
He decorates too.
Coming back here gave me a new outlet. They are good. I don't think I'll go back. You have a wonderful day. I really love it here.
Now, you can't be in Kentucky and not talk about bourbon. This distillery opened 2 months ago. The owners wanted to build here specifically to help coal miners who were out of work. A blessing for people like Michael Preston.
It's a completely different world.
In the summer of 2014, after his 16th year working on reclamation projects, he decided to reclaim his own life.
I told my wife, I said, I'm going to go back to school.
And he did. He graduated in 2016.
Got my associates in electrical technology, and then here I am.
Preston made the decision to move on from all he knew. He landed here, Dueling Barrels Distillery. He's now the maintenance manager.
You either sink or you swim.
And the best part about it all for each one of them.
It's a place that you don't dread getting up in the mornings to come to work.
They got to keep their hearts.
So this is where I was meant to be.
Right where they belong.
It's home. You know.
For the Now, I'm Nicole Vowell.
Thank you, Nicole. Finally, in our lineup, if you're sick of people speeding through your neighborhood, then you'll want to hear about the small change that you could actually push for on your street, and it could make a big difference.
83 degrees here in Bakersfield. We do see 38% humidity, so pretty high humidity. You can see those clouds. Where there's clouds, there's moisture. Tomorrow, we are talking about a warming beginning, but looking like our final day of those cooler temperatures. It's getting hot this weekend.
All right, well, we're not there yet. That's going to do it for us on the Now Bakersfield. We'll see you back here at 11.